Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking all things spooky, cozy, and all things fall. I'm going to be doing a little fall book recommendation video. I think I've chosen a lot of really cozy, spooky fall reads for you guys. I think I have really nailed down the perfect autumnal reads and all those books that get you feeling really in the fall spirit, which is my favorite. I'm such a fall lover. I'm even wearing my fall socks right now, but you wouldn't know. I have picked some cozy small town romances, some cozy fantasy vibes, and also some psychological thrillers because I love a good murder mystery. We are going to be going through some of my favorite fall books. That just sounds so fun to me, so that's what we're gonna do. The first book I'm going to recommend to you is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is a story no shit. This story is a werewolf. This is a werewolf vampire forbidden romance trope. I really enjoyed this one. I was very skeptical because Ali Hazelwood is very hit or miss for me. But this one was really good. It has all the angst, all the tropes you would want, the forbidden romance, enemies to lovers, but it was kind of mild enemies to lovers. I really enjoyed this one, and I just really liked the world building, and there was really good plot in it, which I love to see in a romance book. I just think it was very well written, and it's a perfect thing to read in the month of October or September when you want something a little more spooky. On the romance genre, I can't not mention the Chestnut Spring series. This is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in the Chestnut Spring series, but I feel like this one just kind of gives a little more fall vibes for me. You can read them in any order that you want, which is a really nice thing about this series, but this is a small town country romance, and it's a single dad trope. I just think this is such a cozy, lighthearted read for fall. I just think this book is very wholesome, and I really like this book. This is, if you can't tell, this is my favorite one in this series. I always kind of stayed clear of like any books where like there was like a child involved or like pregnancy tropes or anything like that. But this one, I don't know, it just handled it really well. The Vampire Diaries, obviously, would it be me if I'm not talking about the Vampire Diaries 24/7? I don't think so. This is the first book in the Vampire Diaries series, The Awakening and the Struggle. If you enjoyed this series on like the TV show, I think you would really like this. It's also very different, which is nice. Like the main character has blonde hair. Whoa, so different. But pretty sure I read them like 3 or 4 times over when I was in high school. So I really enjoy this one. I really enjoy it. If you are looking for that feeling that Twilight gave you, why don't you give this a try? You might be able to feel something again. The next book that I'm going to recommend to you is my all-time favorite book in the whole world. So of course I have to mention it. I will never stop mentioning this book. That reminds me of that line. I will always choose Elena. Me at this book. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I have literally so many editions of this book. It's actually kind of concerning, but how pretty is this cover? Are you kidding me? This story is the most beautiful, whimsical enemies to lovers you'll ever read in your entire life. Like the enemies to lovers in this, like it just gets it. It just gets it. No other book does that. Go keep playing, I'm shy.
You're so pretty. Look how pretty you are.
Stop. Very whimsical, very magical, very cozy. I love how descriptive Stephanie Garber is with her writing style. Like just whenever I pick up any of her books, I just feel like I'm transported into that world. And I cannot put the book down, and when I know that she has an upcoming release, like I am counting down the days. She has a new adult fantasy book. Fantasy? Is it fantasy? I don't know. But she has a new book coming out in October. Best believe I'm picking it up the first day that it comes out. Like the release day, I'm there. I'm there. 6 a.m. I'm already reading it. So I really recommend this, and if you love enemies to lovers, you're gonna love this book. If I could put anyone on any book, it would be this one, so go buy it. It can't be a fall book video from Robin if we're not talking about Miss Frida McFadden. This is The Boyfriend. This is a psychological thriller. So the protagonist in this story is feeling so happy because she starts dating this guy and she's like, I just found the man of my dreams. Everything is going so perfect. He treats me so well. She's getting queen treatment, right? And then on the news, she turns on the news and a guy is apparently killing all of these girls and is like going on a killing spree, and his like motive is like killing women that he's dating, like dating girls and then murdering them. So she's starting to feel a little scared. She's starting to feel a little suspicious of this man, and well, you'll just have to see what you find out. But it's kind of crazy. This one had me like this one had me hooked. I'm pretty sure I've read almost like 10 Frida McFadden books at this time, but this one just hit different. I feel like it's almost a little mean to add Binding 13 in here, because if I recommend this to you, you will be heartbroken and you will feel like staring at your wall or staring at the ceiling until like 3 a.m. just like contemplating life. But I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna do it anyways. Binding 13 is an adult romance, and it's so raw and emotional, the story. You pick it up being like, oh, it's a sports romance, like fun. So there's this guy who's the star on the like rugby team at a private school in England. No, in Scotland. Ireland? Ireland. And this girl has no friends, she's severely bullied, and then she gets hit in the head by a rugby ball. Bro made a mistake and now she's knocked out, and it's so embarrassing, and he helps her, and he just feels like immediately like he has this connection to like help this girl out, and he doesn't even realize like what's going on with her at home. She has a horrible home situation. He's struggling with all of this kind of academic pressure and pressure with sports, as he's like this like star player in Ireland. But they're both have these completely different lives. Like she's like this outcast and he's this like popular guy, and they find each other, and it's, if you liked reading fanfics, you should read this book. Basically is what I'm trying to say. But let me read the back because it's actually kind of dramatic. He wants to save her. She wants to hide. She's damaged. He's determined. Fate brought them together. Love binds them. Oh, crazy. But yeah, this is a roller coaster of a read, and I really recommend it. So, but also read the trigger warnings for this one because it's pretty heavy. Fourth Wing. Duh. I love Fourth Wing so much. A really popular adult fantasy. Dragons, boarding school, enemies to lovers. If that's your vibe, it's your vibe. But I really enjoyed this one. I haven't read the most recent Onyx Storm yet, but this one is so good. I just found it really cozy. I would say there's a not forbidden. I would say there's a found family trope in this book. However, be careful getting attached to characters or feeling like, oh, this character's so sweet, because they'll probably die. There's a lot of death in this book. But what I really liked about this book is how there was like all of these like this training to be a dragon rider, and you would have to do like all of these like obstacle courses, and you're not sure if like you'll actually make it to the end, or if you'll die, or if you'll fall. It's just so interesting, and I just love how this series is written, and apparently this is going to be a pretty long one too. The only thing is these books are heavy. These are long reads, like they're 500 pages and the writing's really small, but I really recommend this one too. The last book that I'm going to mention today is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So fun. This one is about a high school student who's trying to figure out what to do with her capstone project, and she decides to cover a murder case that happened at her high school. And slowly, as she's just trying to figure out what's going on with this case, she actually decides she actually wants to fully solve the case. And she starts figuring out like she doesn't know who to trust. There's someone that she thinks is wrongly framed that goes to her school, and so she decides that maybe the first investigation they didn't really do it correctly, so she decides to take things into her own hands and decides to dig for some answers in her town. It's also kind of like a small town setting too, which is really nice, but this one is so perfect because it's like a YA read, but it's also like the perfect amount of like spooky murder mystery. Yeah, that's it for today's video. I really hope that you found some inspiration through my fall book recommendations, and I'm really excited to read lots of cozy fall paranormal books this year. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.